One way to prevent rusting in bottom line pans that you get for bird cages or hamster cages, chinchilla cages, whatnot, that eventually what happens is it rusts, because we all know that metal rusts, and it rusts easily. It reacts with different cleaners you use, or it reacts with the water you use to clean it with, and it also, pet urine is acidic. So to avoid the whole problem altogether with acidic urine and pet urine and all that, is to use aluminum flashing, which aluminum flashing, just like all aluminum, is rust resistant, one of the rust resistant materials, and just like we all know that most aluminum is recycled through each week whenever you put your cans out. It's the same thing. What you need is a pair of metal cutting shears, just like the ones I got here, and you cut out the pattern you need. What you want to do to create an edge that's not sharp is to get a 2x4 and mark a lip on the line with marker, and you take a hammer and you bend that line into place. Before, on each side of the metal sheeting, or after the fact that you've cut it out with the cutters, or a better way to do it would be to use a grinder to cut out your patterns. But you want to make sure that you bend all four corners over and do the measurements, make sure that there's metal. The same way you would use to whenever you're doing paper crafts. If you've ever seen paper crafts folding, it's the same idea, it's the same concept. Metal flashing is cheap and inexpensive, and you can even find different crafters online that actually make them for the very varieties of cages, and even poop guards out of aluminum to the sides. But for those websites, it's more expensive to do it that way than what you can with this aluminum flashing to do it yourself, because you just buy it like $9 at Home Depot, buy the same shears there, you buy the grinder there, or if you have Harbor Freight your area, you can buy all those tools there too, and it'll be a lot cheaper than going to Home Depot for. So you can use the pre-existing pan to place it in, and all you do is you make sure it's all cleaned up, and you take steel wool, you rough it up a bit, maybe sand it up with steel wool or with sandpaper, and apply additional, maybe a little bit of oil lubricant, and then that's when you place the aluminum inside that pan. And then after that, no more rust, no more problems. You can just use a pan as normal. Apply that same method to even plastic. If it gets damaged, you can apply metal sheeting in there, or you can put the aluminum sheeting in there, and it'll be about the same. You could get different thicknesses of the flashing to be able to work with.